This is going to sound like so much hate, and I swear it's not. Me and Keenan touched on this briefly before. Brand, I'm not sure if you saw this either. I have not seen this interview. I haven't even seen clips of this interview yet. But LeBron James had an interview with Pat McAfee today. Seemingly, LeBron unloaded the clip and was way more revealing than he's ever been in a sit-down interview.
I saw the first part I saw. Was
so you saw it?
Yeah, I saw. I didn't see the whole thing. I saw a good amount of bits and pieces though.
Okay, so this LeBron James Pat McAfee interview is ...
Keenan, you want to go or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll go real quick. It's random, but very much liked. And there's one point I want to point out about the one thing I do wish is that we got a little bit less of LeBron talking, like, and doing media stuff, because then moments like this would be even better. Like, when like Tom Brady was like coming out and doing some media stuff and like really getting involved and like you're hearing his opinions on things, it was like, oh, we haven't heard from Tom for 20 years, and then now he's starting to talk, and it's actually kind of cool. Like with LeBron, I like it, but with the LeBron, you do hear, like, you had the shop, and then obviously he has the podcast that he's doing on Mind of the Game. He did it with JJ Redick, and then now he's going to be doing it with Steve Nash. And so, like, you've heard of LeBron a lot. He's very outspoken, which is good because having a superstar like that outspoken can be good in a lot of aspects, but it's random, but good would be what I have like my statement as to finish the sentence.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, I would say interesting and good. Like I thought it was like Pat McAfee's obviously like a huge show. It just like at first when I saw LeBron was a guest, I was like, damn, like that's kind of like first thought was like, damn, that's pretty interesting. Like I'm interested in watching that. So I tuned in throughout the day, like as I could on my phone and stuff. And like I thought some things they talked about were pretty cool, like how he went into his relationship with Kobe and like he went into his relationship with MJ. You know, at one point Pat asked him about, you know, flopping. And LeBron kind of came back and he was like, oh, I'm in like the bottom half of the league in free throws. And kind of like tried to debunk that. It was hilarious. And like, he was honestly like, LeBron was very, like, he was straight to the point, but he was extremely vulgar too. Like, which is like, it's cool, you know, it's cool to see like somebody that like, a lot of the times if you watch him on national television, you don't see that side of him. A lot of people just see him playing basketball. Mm-hmm. Some people might not have watched the podcast, you know, whatever. But I think it was good, like, to get, like, the face of the NBA, you know, one of the greatest players of all time, like, just to have a sit-down conversation with him for a couple hours and kind of maybe ask the questions that maybe not a lot of people are going to ask, you know, or probably won't ever ask. So I thought it was interesting and good.
For sure. I mean, I think it's incredible. I have so many questions as to why this is happening right now, why in March, why obviously it's towards the end of his career, but why when he's still in his playing career, why, Keenan, you mentioned the shop, why not on the shop? I think the shop's dope, but one thing about LeBron that, you know, is apparent to me, he's very careful of what he says on social media. He's very careful of what he says in the shop. Like, he's very narrative driven. He likes to control the narrative, right? Which is why the whole thing with Stephen A. Smith a couple weeks ago was very interesting to me. I can't imagine how many games Stephen A's done with ESPN that have been Lakers games this year. And LeBron takes the opportunity when Stephen A's courtside to call him out about Bronny, when he's been calling out this whole Bronny thing since the draft, since June probably. So that stuck out to me with the whole LeBron and Stephen A. interaction. LeBron obviously fired back today about Stephen A., and I saw Stephen A. replied. So the fact that LeBron did it with Pat McAfee, of all people, someone who's tied to the NFL, someone who, as Brandon said, has a huge platform. But, like, you know, if you would have told me yesterday without knowing who the host was, all right, you got 10 guesses for whose platform LeBron's going on for a tell-all, damn near a tell-all, I don't think Pat McAfee would have been in that 10. If he was, he would have been towards the bottom. So that's just super interesting to me. I wonder why. I wonder if this is going to be an Aaron Rodgers type thing where he's coming on more. I just have a lot of questions, and it's going to be the first thing I tune into after we get off this podcast. I cannot wait to watch it. I purposely did not watch clips for that reason. So super intrigued. And one thing I just want to present, this wasn't anywhere on my dais here. Have you guys heard about Rich Paul getting Saudi-backed money to make an NBA competitor after LeBron's career? It'll be LeBron and Rich Paul, the Saudis, and it'll essentially be kind of what Live Golf is to the PGA. It would be like what the Saudis are doing, in international soccer. They're getting a lot of like Cristiano Ronaldo plays in Saudi Arabia, and they're getting a lot of the big name players. But this would be essentially what Live Golf is to the PGA. So it'd probably be less teams, probably 10 teams. I'm just throwing shit at a wall here, but less teams, but it would be insane money. Saudi, you got more money than God. It would be backed by LeBron and Rich Paul of all people. And that's very interesting to me, obviously, because the NBA's given LeBron everything. And LeBron's given everything back to them. It's been a very mutual relationship for them. And then for them to have what would essentially, take star players away from the NBA. What do you guys think about that?
I couldn't see it. I don't know. I just don't think, I think it would turn into, I understand you get the money there, but, I don't know, even with the money, I could see it being, a G League kind of thing, but maybe, a little bit higher up of a level.
Was the ABA and the NBA cool at the same time? No, you had half the best players there, half the best players there. I don't think it would be half and half because I think everybody the NBA is the goal. But I do think that you would get some of these younger stars that are sure, why not? But then you want to see them on the NBA level. LeBron loves the game too much that I couldn't see him doing it. So I don't like it though.
Well, LeBron's not. No. LeBron's gonna be a part of it, probably.
Well, no. That's what I like. Regardless of when it is, LeBron loves I think the game too much, and has given so much to the NBA that I don't think he would want to dilute the history of it going forward. That's just my personal opinion. I have no idea.
Well, but he is involved. That's reported. It's him.
No. I understand that. I just can't. I don't know. When it comes to it, I just can't. I just can't see it. I'd have to see it to believe it. But I don't like it.
That's kind of where I'm at too. But Saudi money's crazy. So what if, let's say, I don't know, pick a player, pick a superstar player. Let's say when their contract's up, let's say
LaMelo. It seems like the person that would play in the league.
Sure, LaMelo, yeah. Let's say it's a 40-game season and you're getting $50 million, guaranteed $50 million for 3 years, 40-game season. How many players are turning that down?
My thing is, what's the viewership like? What are the crowds going to be like? That sort of stuff.
That would be a case.
It would probably be I could see it being a bubble situation where it's a Vegas league. I
could see it being a world tour.
I just don't see how it would be my profitable. Guess. Because the NBA's there. I just especially if you're showing up that much money. I don't know. I'd have a hard time seeing that because what I'm kind of putting that, what I'm associating that with is the XFL.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to say. Literally, the next sentence was the XFL.
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
No, that's they've tried multiple times. It's failed. They've had, they might not have had top tier players, but there's a lot of guys that were high profile players in college that we all know about, whatever. But it would kind of have that vibe to it. I think it would be cool for maybe 2 or 3 years, and I think eventually it would just kind of flame out.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I think my gut reaction would be similar to that of both of your guys' opinions. But the thing that gets me is that Live Golf is still here, and I never would have thought Live Golf would still be here, 3-4 years ago, whenever it started. And on top of that, man, just Saudi money, it's endless pockets. That's something the XFL, the ABA back in the day certainly did not have. Where you'll just have unreal funding, and who knows at the end of the day what talent you'll be able to attract. If you attract no talent, then it's not going to matter. But if you can attract, maybe a LaMelo Ball, maybe even a higher level player, maybe someone like I don't know, a higher level foreign player. I can't see Jokic doing it, but maybe a Luka Doncic. Be hard for me to see that too. But man, if you're throwing 50 M's at someone, there's no telling what they're going to do.
Demontis
We've seen
Sabonis.
that.
It would have to. It would. No, but
Demontis
here's the
Sabonis,
thing.
yeah,
Like, here's the
Sabonis is the
thing.
face of the league.
NBA players get that. Like your high end NBA players get 50.
They do,
So like that's
they do. But 50 for less when you already. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these players the way we've seen them
have to be
prioritize
mid-level players
not playing.
Like it would have to be players who like I could never see Cade Cunningham do it, but I could see Dante DiVincenzo doing it for 50
Duncan
million.
Robinson.
Like I could see those guys, and like that's cool and all, but like as cool as it is, I don't want to go Duncan Robinson versus Dante DiVincenzo. Does not seem like the match that I'm. The cool thing that was unrivaled for the WNBA was two things. One, it was not during the WNBA season, and two, every one of the best players, pretty much other than Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson, were in the league. So like you had your best players playing basketball. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm not going to watch like the eighth. I'm not going to just like led by Nalissa Smith. Like shout out to her. She's a great role player. Good, big, can stretch the floor. But like Nalissa Smith is not leading it. No, it's Nafisa Collier. It's Brianna Stewart. It's Chelsea Gray. Jackie Young. These are all Olympians. Like they just played in the Olympics, these players. So like if you had that, then sure. But like I can't picture Tatum just being like, I'm going to take – like you would have to offer $100 million for Tatum, and maybe then you'd like, and like
I think that's where it starts.
Yeah, I think it would take $100 million to get a great player like that because he can get 70 in the NBA, be on a higher platform, get more endorsement deals from it, and grow. So like, as cool as the idea would be, I just don't think it would live. It just make more sense to try to expand and be one of the two expansion teams and have a team in Vegas. Like that makes more sense to me.
I think the only way it would work is if they kind of took an approach to foreign-born players. It's probably more money than what foreign clubs are offering.
Yeah.
I think it would be a good spotlight for some of these guys that maybe don't have like the draft recognition, or anything like that.
Would have been a perfect person for this. Like before, like obviously, like the Olympics really put him back on, but obviously he went to the NBA. He wasn't really all that great with the Celtics, and then he ended up leaving. But a player like that being able to get like $20 million to play high leverage basketball against some of the best players in the world, and then maybe an NBA team is like, hey, we can do that, and he has the choice at that point to be like, do I want to go play in the best league or do I want to go make more money? So like I think players like that, I think the foreign thing would be the way to go with it. And maybe you could sneak a young Luka. Like obviously not like he got into the league Luka, but like he's 16 years old and the NBA is the pinnacle league, but I can just stay over in my home country maybe, or like somewhere where I'm familiar with and make 30 million doing so. I think that could be the avenue for it, but that's just my thoughts.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, look, if this league does happen let's say 3 years from now, let's say LeBron retires 3 years from now. Yes, there'll be expansion in the NBA by then, we assume. Would I be surprised if there's 2 or 3 high level players that jump ship, especially with the backing of LeBron and Rich Paul? If this was Mark Cuban, let's say a billionaire like that, I'd be more skeptical. But with LeBron and Rich as a background, that gives it instant legitimacy. I think we could see not players the level of like Tatum, SGA, but there would be 2 or 3, maybe like a LaMelo, someone like that who's maybe in a losing situation. Maybe shit's not getting better, and it's like, oh, you're going to offer me 50, 55 M's just to come play 40, 50 games, two games a week, and I'm taking a world tour. I think that would be more enticing to certain players, not all players, but certain players.
I think you'd have to not care about the game like that. Like, I mean, like the winning. And there's players like that, don't get me wrong.
I think there's a lot of players like that.
I think like Nuggets J.R. Smith would have done it. Like things like that.
Oh, God, yeah.
But I think there's stars like that now. I think there's more stars like that than 10, 15
Oh,
years
yeah, I think in that social media too that comes along with that. So yeah, I would agree with that. What's next?